right, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is December 27th, 2023. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. We're back at it again.
With technical difficulties,
it's been
as
a
always.
good week. Even though oh, yeah.
It's been a okay week, right, Chris? What you were saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Not too crazy. Not too crazy for the costumes, shinies. But it's always fun to go out and hunt.
You got any shinies out there?
Did I get any shinies? I got a little bit.
Well, I mean, I
No
was just.
costume shinies.
It's like that one meme that said it's like, I only got 3 shinies. You got 3 shinies. I only got 2. What do you mean you got shinies? I only got 1. You guys are getting shinies. It's like.
Sure.
There we go. There's the beautiful internet.
You guys are
connection.
getting shinies?
I know, right? Oh man, yeah, it's been an interesting week for sure. We definitely have some nice experience of the gameplay of the week because this is how we do things here. If the internet craps again, I'm gonna literally kill your internet, Chris. But yeah, we're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as everybody else. Please make sure that you go to the PokemonProfessorNetwork.com or PokemonProfessors.com/Purified Podcast. Wonderful people to work with every single time. They have always helped us out, being wonderful people every minute of the day. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. I mean, just check them out, y'all. Yeah. So, oh man. This week, I felt like this week, especially because Christmas, it went by so fast. Like, literally Christmas came and went, not just for Pokemon Go, but the whole, like, spend it with the family and things like that. Basically, this is how my timeline. Like, I got off of work on Friday. I said, okay, well, we'll get everything done on Saturday, And we did actually have Weird Deer Raid Day that day, too, on Saturday, which we'll talk about in our experiences too, because Chris is crying. And then basically I was out at the house around 9 in the morning. I had to go ahead and go to the dealership to get my car service, which is expensive in anyways. So I was there for like a good hour, maybe hour 15 or something like that. I did do my little walk, daily instance and everything like that to McDonald's while I was there anyway, so why not? That was actually pretty fun anyways. And then I finished up finally. I got back, got my car, started going to stores because Christmas shopping was a thing. It was around 11 something, I think it was at that point. I was like, okay, let me go ahead and go to a place closer to what we usually would do raid day, if anything, just in case if I'm in a hurry or something, then I finish up my shopping there. So I went to the Target like close by to where we usually raid. So it wasn't too bad. I got some presents there, not all of them yet, but at that time, but I did get most of them then. And then after that, we went to raid day, and I really wasn't, wanting to get this Pokemon so much. Like, I was hoping to just get the one shiny and done, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll do one shiny and then, or I'll get one shiny and then I'll be, out of the way. I did the first hour. I didn't do the full 3 hours that they usually would do. But I got 3 shinies, so I can't complain. Oh man! And the very first raid, not the very first raid of the encounter, because I did finish my encounter for the research, the special research that they gave you or something like that, or the time research that they gave you for it. And then I did a remote before that, so it was technically on the third encounter, and then I got the shiny. It was literally the first one of the raid day, and I was like, okay, I think I'm done, but I think I'm gonna use all my free ones. It's like, might as well, all the 5 free ones that they give you, and then out of like 7 in the end of the day, I got 3 shinies. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm done. That's it. A little bit sneak peek of the shiny hauls and everything there, but that's basically how it went. Saturday went like that. Sunday, I still did a few more Christmas shopping and gift wrapping But I wasn't really doing much after that. I mean, I definitely played Pokemon Go, but I didn't get anything cool. And then and then just went to my parents' place because we celebrate Christmas Eve. Hanging out there for the entire night. We celebrated we started watching Harry Potter movies because I don't know why that's for us looks like a Christmas movie. And then we celebrated Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Opened gifts, which was cool. I mean, my mom cried because I gave her a nice gift, and and then after that, I was with my parents literally the entire night, so I stayed over. Came to the 25th. My nephew came around, and we just definitely just have him open presents all day and play with him all day. So after that, I got home finally, and that's basically the week. That was basically the week, and it went by so fast. It didn't feel like it was the actual. It didn't feel like a vacation, even though it was a holiday and everything. It felt like just on and on and on and on. Hopefully, this new year is gonna be a little bit different. I do have a little more free time to do whatever I want to. So, I don't know. How was your week, Chris? How was your Christmas? How do you spend it? And then we'll get into our hauls here.
Honestly, it was a pretty just loaded week. Just doing stuff the whole time. Saturday, I got to do like the last 30 minutes, 40 minutes of Weirder Day. Like, I'm always working.
Yeah.
But I did like 5 remotes, and then the first in-person raid, I got a shiny.
Nice.
And then I think I did a remote raid after that, and I got another shiny. And I was like, oh, keep them coming, keep them coming. No more shiny the whole time. Yeah, it was fun though. Then Sunday, just got to spend some time with some family. Monday is like the only day that my work is closed, and I'm always off on Monday anyways.
Yeah.
So I was like, dang it.
I know, right? You kind of didn't time it right.
Yeah, I need to ask for other days. Nah.
Funny thing is, it's like next year's Christmas Day is actually on a Wednesday, so you're off Wednesdays anyways.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. But yeah, overall, just kept moving the whole time. Got to spend time with family. I didn't really grind too much in Pokemon Go, except for like a night here and there. But like not like crazy like I used to.
Yeah.
But definitely a lot of fun stuff to look at right now. I can't like say that I wouldn't be holding my breath at a few of the clicks I've been doing.
Well, right after we technically finished Christmas, part 2 of the holiday event actually started, and I think that actually started the day of Christmas.
I think so.
Yeah. And the winter, whatever, Wonderland. Oh, yeah, that was the time research for Word Year and all that. But anyways, new spawns. Technically, the Psyduck is finally out in the wild. Delibird is finally out in the wild again. Vanillite, the brand new shiny, being released. So there's a lot of things that we are definitely looking forward, hopefully, to finish up the end of the year, which is actually in a few days now. By the time you guys listen to this podcast, by the time I release it, it's most likely going to be like close to the end of the year. So we're definitely going to give us a little bit of review because we will definitely we want to be free for the beginning of the year. Just for the reason that in the end of the day, 2023 has come and go. It will be the final podcast of the year. I know everybody's excited for 2024. At least some of us is. I don't know. I don't know if I'm super excited or not. That is a route. So I'm going to, let me click that. Never mind.
No, if I'm super excited.
Please. Anyways, but yeah, it's kind of interesting to say the least when it comes down to 2023. We can probably give a little bit of thoughts, maybe go over like, hey, what was your favorite thing in 2023 and all that, That's like we usually do for each year. I'll give you some time to think before we get to that point, actually. So, but yeah, that's basically, it is what it is. 2023, it's over. It will be over in the next, I don't know, it's the 27th. It's the recording of this, 28, 29, 4 more days of the end of the year. So that's wild. That is a Psyduck. Please be shiny. Nope, thank you. All right, so I guess we run down for a few minutes there. So let's get into our hauls. I mean, I know I already technically kind of sneak peek on my hauls on YouTube, but let's see what else we got, Chris.
Yeah. Honest, crazy week. I got a little bit more than I usually do, just thanks to Weirder and everything. I believe it started. I think it started shiny that I got last when we were doing the podcast. And then yeah, added with a cure that I got a shiny Charizard on the way home, and it popped out of like 2 balls. I thought that thing was gonna run. And then yeah, and then I got a shiny Sentret. Mind you, like keep in mind throughout my whole haul, this is during the holiday event.
Yeah.
So shiny Sentret. And then I actually got a Hundo Glaceon with the costume from a raid.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was very happy.
That's actually
about
pretty
that.
cool.
Yeah, and then I went to GT Bray, and I think you remember what I said the nest was. I got a shiny Zubat.
Finally, geez.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that.
You're like, I'm hunting this thing into the last minute.
Dude, I was super happy about that. And then I got the 2 Weirder. And then I got a shiny Sunkern. Thank you. And then I got a Hundo Smoliv on Sunday. And the day after Christmas, I got a shiny Sneasel. I wasn't too excited about that. Today I got a shiny Regigigas, and then I did the Adventure Incense and got a shiny Vanillite today.
Spot the shiny.
So,
Spot the shiny.
one scoop. Yeah, I'm happy about that. But no costume shinies yet. I'm hopeful. But oh my gosh, man, they're rough. Yeah, but tell me about what you got.
So I started off with the I think we already said, but we have the shiny Kyurem during the time. I click on a bronze and it was shiny, so why not? I click on a Darumaka and it was shiny, so Darumaka shiny again for me.
The Galarian?
Yeah, Galarian Darumaka. I did get a shiny Standler, the custom. So I'm actually happy about that because it's like one of the only customs I will probably get today. Swine Up, again, another shiny. I think that was Gold Plus shiny for the first time in a while. So mostly because I actually have the Gold Plus for the first like part 2 of the event to be on stops only. So I was trying to restock as much as possible. So now I just let them run free for a bit until the next event. Warriors, 3 of them, and then 2 Regigigas, which is nice. I would have been nice to get, the Vanilla Light and everything, but we still got a few days anyways. As for Hundos, though, I already told about the Pikachu. That was actually, and now it's now the Raichu, because why not? I actually had to evolve it for the collection challenge, so I was like, you know what, why not, might as well do the Hundo. And then I got a Hondo Shoulder out of research today for some reason. I don't know why. I also got a Hondo Standler from a research. So I was like, yeah, I guess. I mean, technically it's a good thing because if you can evolve it, that would be nice to actually have it. But it's kind of like, why? It's like, would have preferred to
Weirder.
I know, right? I would have preferred to just get a Weirder out of a Hondo Weirder out of that, and I would have been done with that. So from that, not really much to count. I think that's everything for now. I think, give me. Drowsy finally got here. I did get a rank 2 as a Titan for Grey League. That's actually pretty good. I don't know how good it would be. I know
hopefully he gets a move shakeup.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
And I think I don't know why. Oh, yeah, extra large Delibird. That's why. Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's my haul. It is how it is. I'm really liking the event. I don't think there's much problems with it. There's enough raids for everybody. There's enough research for everybody. There's enough spawns for everybody. I think the event, part 1 and part 2, at least, I know a lot of people could probably be a little bit disappointed in part 2 because there's not much added to what we already had. Plus, we've already finished all our research for the special in time if you bought the tickets. But regardless, there is a lot more costumes and a lot more things to hunt for that you didn't get really in part 1 than part 2 does have. The Delibird is definitely one that a lot of people are looking forward to. And I'm super jealous for anybody who's get it, even jealous of Pokemon Sleep, but still, it's one of the things. But yeah, what do you think of part 2 so far?
Honestly, I think I preferred part 1 just because it felt more condensed, like there was less to hunt for. But I'd say part 2 definitely has more exciting things to hunt for. The Psyduck for sure. I love Psyduck since that was the first shiny I ever got. It's always
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm hopeful for that one. But yeah, you also got like Vanillite, a brand new shiny. But overall, I think part 1 was like the shiny hunter's dream, I guess, because like there wasn't really any normal spawns, I think, during part 1 either. But like now that it's after Christmas, I feel like there's a lot of common Pokemon spawning now.
Yeah, no, definitely. So yeah, like I said, it's not too bad, too impossible.
Yeah, it's not like, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely excited to play right now, but I'd say like comparing the two parts, part 1 was the winner for me.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, no, I do like part 2 just because there's a little more hunting to do, especially now that all is predecessor shiny has been shiny unlockable now. So especially the Vanillite, I really want a Vanillite. It's probably gonna come like in the most random way, either at the end of the event or after the event.
Go
So,
plus.
yeah, something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The week we already talked about raid day, and then raid hour. We had raid hour for raid gigas, which was actually pretty cool since our daily instance like was just like popping on shinies, and I had a Galarian bird today, and unfortunately it ran away. You know,
Friend got the blue Psyduck. She's just saying blue.
blue. Man. In the end of the day, it's just one of those like you got lucky, you know. And when it comes to the birds, especially the Galarian birds, you're like kind of like, if I get it, I get it. If not, then you know it's not impossible at this point. But there's a few things that might be taken away from a few more discoveries in the last 24 hours, actually. So definitely something that we're gonna go over when it comes down to it. So let's get into some news. How about that? Let's get into those research topics of the week. First and foremost, the very first news that actually happened to be announced right after the last podcast, because you know Niantic hates me. It's going to be the new year start to celebrate the start of 2024 with the grand event. So 2024 is upon us, y'all. The 2023 season is over, completed, finito, finiscio. I don't know if that was the last word, but anyways. But yeah, that's it. We are here for 2024 now. Hopefully Pokemon Go will actually come in greater ways, and the community hopefully is a little more happy than usual, but you never know. Celebrate the start of the new year with a New Year's event. Keep an eye out for custom Pokemons making debut, new avatar items, and the return of some familiar Pokemons like Drowsy wearing a party hat. Let's kick off the 2024 in style. So when is it starting? January 1st. At 10 a.m. to Wednesday, January 3rd at 8 p.m. local time. So a very short window. Basically, it starts and then it ends, and then everybody's like, okay, cool. The brand new Pokemon's debuts are Jigglypuff wearing a ribbon and Wigglytuff wearing a ribbon. Why Wigglytuff and why Jigglypuff? I have no idea. Any thoughts on that?
I don't know. I heard something about a voting period, but I didn't see anything, so I don't know.
Yeah, I can't tell at that point when it released the recent one.
Cute.
Yeah, it is a bit cute. The bow is actually like very popping when it comes down to both of them, and of course they can be shiny, so that will be a good little hunt if you want to hunt them. Explosion with the core. During this event, festive fireworks. If Drowsy cannot stop here, please, thank you.
He's ready to play Pokemon Sleep.
I know, right? Festive fireworks will light up in the skies before you enjoy the color of the core. Basically, just fireworks in the sky. If you look up at the sky in the game, and you'll see them. The bonuses: half distance when eggs are placed in incubators. So nice little hatchathon, if you want it, and 1/4 hatch distance for the first 3 eggs hatched during the event using the Pokemon Go egg hatching widget. If you downloaded the little widget, I think I'm gonna actually show it real quick for you guys. If we go to your main page, you get to actually see the widget. You can edit it, you can move things around. I don't know why it's not actually stacking my body there. I keep forgetting to actually add that anyways. But the widget, once you actually put the widget on and then you incubate any of the eggs that you have in there, at least the first 3 will be 1-4 hash distance for those. So if you're going to incubate them the very first time of the event, once it starts at 10 a.m. and you have the widget, make sure that you are clicking on the expensive ones, like 10Ks or 12Ks. And then you'll be inputting that. What the heck is your face for?
No reason.
What you got?
It's just my internet.
Okay. All right. Anyways, that was the weirdest face ever. Anyways, encounters for the event. We have the Jigglypuff wearing the ribbon, Hoot Hoot wearing the New Year's outfit, and Darumaka. Again, Darumaka being a random one. And some trainers may encounter the following. Bronzong.
I didn't scroll that far. At least it's rare.
I guess, but it's like you just saw me get a shiny Bronzong. Why do we need more Bronzons in this world? Oh my god, Niantic. Niantic, what is your thinking? What is your thought process when it comes down to these Pokemons? I swear to God, they just made me go to sleep. Anyways,
I will say, at least for event Pokemon, 2 costume Pokemon, and pretty happy with all 3.
Yeah.
I only have 1 regular Darumaka, so that's still a fun one, I think.
I think so too, but I can't remember right now. It is what it is. All right, the following rates will be appearing throughout the event. That is a lot of Stardust. Holy crap. 1-star race, we have... Keep going, internet. I know you'll figure out yourself. Hang on, because you're cutting off like really badly. Say something.
Yeah, are you telling me to read them?
Yeah, well, I think you were saying something, and it just literally was robotic. So I apologize for anybody listening to podcast, but internet is not as great as right now, Chris. What were you saying?
I thought, are you telling me to read the rates?
No. I was gonna read the rates, but if you want to, I don't know. I mean, your internet is like destroying me right now.
Oh no, you're good. No, I heard you talking about the raids, and then you were like, Chris, where are you? And I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, it is what it is. But yeah, so 1-star race, we have Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, all wearing their party hats. I think some of them can evolve too, so that's actually pretty nice because they added that as some feature in the future, or in the past, I say. Hoot Hoot and the Wurmple wearing their hats. Really, don't do Wurmple, please, guys. It's like, it's not worth it. So, yeah, he will be, dude. 3-star race, we have Raticate, Nidorino, Gengar, and Wobbuffet all wearing their festive party hats. Again, guys, it's just customs. I mean, I don't know why I really don't like these customs. I think because Nidorino and then Gengar, we already had like specific raid days for those back in the day, right before COVID, I think. So we definitely hunted those for a while. I really don't care about the Wobbuffet being shiny if I need to. And then Raticate is like, I don't even want to try. So it's one of those things we need a day. However, though, we will have 5-star rotation. It will actually be started because we still got to go over a January Dumpo news. Buzzwole, Circuitry, and Pheromosa will be appearing in 5-star race. However, though, it will only be region lock exclusive. So Buzzwole will be in the Americans, Circuitry will be in Asia Pacific, and then Pheromosa will be in Europe. For Mega rates, you have the fancy Mega Ampharos. Any thoughts on those rates, Chris?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for Buzzwole. And I think out of all the shinies, I'm going to be hunting that Charmander the most.
Buzzwole just goes like that, attacking Nate's like, ha! Flex! That's basically how Buzzwole attacks anyways in the game. But yeah. The following Pokemon will be hatching from 7-kilometer eggs. We have a bunch of baby Pokemon actually hatching from 7K eggs, including Pikachu wearing the party hat, Cleffa, Igglybuff, Togepi, Tyrogue, Smooshum, Elekid, Magby, Azurill, and why not? Because why not?
Loaded
7K egg pool. A little hard to really get the ones that you want. So
but
don't.
All shiny available.
That is true. All shiny available. I mean, if I get another shiny Azurill, I'm just gonna literally throw my phone to the water.
I mean,
Chris with the why nots, but anyways. field research encounters. The following Pokemon will be available through encounters through field research. So Darumaka. And some traders may even find ones for Bronzong. Chris is gonna literally, they're gonna delete all of those Bronzong ones. I mean, yeah, you can get a chance.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a shiny 98 Bronzor. I would never like use it for anything other than Little Cup though.
Yeah. Well, Little Cup Bronzor, I guess Little Cup. New avatar items. We have a festivity of Darumaka hats. I don't know. The event bundles will be a New Year box in the in-game shop during this event, and for 99 Pokecoins, which is less than $1, you will get 1 incubator and 1 premium battle pass. Kind of cool. We do have a $1 pay time research, or equivalent to your current local currency. Complete that reaches tags to encounter specific event Pokemon, certain Stardust, and Pokecoins. You heard me, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Complete research tags to encounter event specific Pokemons and earn Stardust and Pokecoins.
I wonder if that was a miss thing, or if they're actually giving us Pokecoins. Because if you get the Pokemon and coins,
the question is
like the best dollar ever spent.
Well, yeah. The question is how much Pokecoins? Is it just gonna be 5 Pokecoins?
I mean 2.
Oh my god. Niantic, oh my god. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be like a rage in the community real soon. Like I can just foresee this. It's like, you only gave me so many Pokecoins. What the heck? Niantic, I pay $1 for this.
What if it was supposed to be Pokeballs?
If they haven't fixed it, this blog post has been out for like at least a week.
Man, that is crazy.
And everybody's been talking about it, so it's not impossible when it comes down to it.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see like how much, but like it doesn't have to be a crazy amount. It's just $1, but still.
Yeah, I mean they gave us like 100 Pokecoins. I mean that will actually pay for the ticket itself. So it's like, and you're still getting counters. It's like this is the type of things they just. Yeah, no, definitely. Even 50 coins, that will just like, with the ones that you get from gyms, you get 100 coins a day, so, or at least 100 coins in the day itself. So I don't know, it just feels weird that they're actually adding that specific moment of Pokecoins. Maybe they're trying something new. I don't know. Well, that's one definitely event. I'm a little excited, especially the wild spawns. I really don't care about the raids a little too much. Just because
the eggs are better than the raids for me.
Yeah. But hey, it is how it is. Any excitement? Anything? So closing thoughts about this one?
I mean, start your year off right, get a little shiny, but be safe. Yeah. Looks like a lot of really just like fun costume Pokemon to hunt though. Like if that's not your thing though, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. All right. So, before we go into the next piece of news and the January dump of news, there's a little bit of miscellaneous news that we kind of didn't allude last podcast because we didn't really know until after the podcast ended. But we did mention about Black Kyurem and White Kyurem being encounters in GBL and how the whole thing was a mess and a half. We knew they were banned in GBL for a reason. We knew that they were still out there in people's accounts. However, though, and I'll keep talking while Chris's internet goes a little bit better. However, though, we have finally had a resolution on the issue, which I'm going to see if I can find the blog post. I don't know if it's around. I don't know if it's somewhere around here. Let me see. It might just be out there. Oh, give me. All right. Well, drowsy power is at its best right now. The people who had Black Kyurem and White Kyurem in their accounts during the time of moments, Niantic actually reached out and said, hey guys, we are sorry for the inconvenience and this and that, which was not supposed to happen. We will be removing Black Kyurem and White Kyurem out of those people affected and compensating them through means after that. So when they announced that, we didn't know how they were going to work yet. However, though, they did say at that moment they were going to be removing Black Kyurem and White Kyurem out of the inventory. I believe somebody said that it just turns into a regular Kyurem and goes back to the previous CP without the power-ups. We did have a few people actually power it all the way to level 50, using XL Candy and everything. And then, if I remember correctly on the top of my head, because again, I can't remember where I saw it, unless Chris can find it for me. But the compensation for it was, I believe, 250,000 Stardust. Again, Chris's internet is crappy again, so sorry about that. 250 candy, regular candy, not even XL candy. 250.
Yeah, it should be in our chat.
Oh, it's in our chat? Okay. I forgot about that. Here. Since I've been guessing. I've been guessing.
200. Yeah, 250 Kyurem candy.
Yes, 250 candy for Kyurem itself, 5 star pieces, 5 lucky eggs, and 250,000 experience once technically you claim all the other items there. So I don't know if this is actually like the best compensation when it comes down to it. The Stardust seems fine for 2 reasons. One, you do get 5 premium items of star pieces, and 250 Stardust. That usually would be the amount of Stardust that you need to power up one full Pokemon to level 50. So it's not impossible when it comes to the Stardust. You still get the Lucky X. Was it Lucky X? Or was it something else? I can't remember now. I just saw it go. Yeah, the 5 Lucky Eggs, so that's another 5 premium items. I don't know about the candy. I'm okay with them giving them candy, but I believe they need a little bit more compensation on that and give them the extra large candy back for sure. What do you think, Chris, if you can talk?
Yeah. I
hear you.
Yeah, Discord be tripping. But yeah, honestly, I just need to have a person come out. Like sometimes it works fine. It's weird. But I think the biggest issue was people dumping all their like extra large rare candy and everything into Black and White Kyurem. Honestly, I think a lot of people knew they were like gonna get taken away or something. And like they still just did it, and then they were like, "Oh, what?" Like when they got taken away.
Yeah.
I think those people knew better. But at the same time, like, yeah, it's gonna be mad. Like you're gonna be mad when they take away something that's rare. You know.
Yes. It's a little bit different because we did talk about it earlier in the week when this whole thing was happening. That accidental releases are possible in Pokemon Go. Just like the Clefairy during GoFest or the Abra thing and everything like that, where people were excited they never had accounts taken away, or the Pokemon's taken away from their accounts or anything like that. This is technically the first time that I feel like they did something similar to it. I think they did that. I think somebody actually pointed out, and I think this was Mystic 7 actually, back in 2017 when Articuno wasn't out yet, and somebody was able to catch an Articuno somewhere and they just took it away or something like that.
Yeah.
But at that time, of course, we didn't have the expensive stuff of extra large candies or power up to level 50. So it was a little bit easier to kind of do that, while this actually was kind of those moments. Now, of course, I can't say that, all the people who were able to get Black Kyurem and White Kyurem power up the Pokemon to level 50, and just like Chris mentioned, they could have known better that something like this could have happened regardless, maybe in the future, because in the end of the day, they would be having one of the most powerful Pokemon in their inventory until the actual full release of it, which kind of seems carnated to it, since you're basically the more special of them all, since you were able to encounter this glitch at the time.
And nobody else could.
Yeah.
Nobody else could. Only
Yeah.
that time zone.
So it's interesting to say the least of where we stand when it comes down to it. I think that the compensation could have been a little bit better, but I also believe that if you did really actually power up the Pokemon to level 50 at the time and wasted all those extra large candies that you probably rate a lot for it, because 296 candies is not easy to get. I did feel like at the end of the day, it would have been, it's just your fault in general. You do have the sense, unless you, because anytime that we actually found out about them, it was usually already on Twitter and or X or whatever you call it, to say, hey, this is how I did encounter my, my black Kyurem and white Kyurem and all that stuff. So you could have known just a little bit better that something like this was going to happen. So again, but
I will say,
but no fault to the trainers though. No fault to the trainers, because in the end of the day, Niantic did messed up. That was the part to it. It was just more like,
don't get me wrong, like Niantic should have like not had this slip up, but like I do know, like in a constant game like this, there's gonna be issues.
right.
But like I will say maybe their compensation was the excitement of seeing it, since like they get screwed over a lot of times
That's
over
true.
on that side of the world.
Yeah, that's for sure. So take it with a grain of salt if you may. I'm pretty sure when it comes down to two different things. God, drowsy power. Anyways, we know that the Pokemon proper, the TPC, company, like international company or the regular company for Pokemon, they really like to meddle in Niantic's decisions a lot. Now, I'm not saying that it's also their fault or anything like that, but I'm sure that Black Kyurem and White Kyurem is a very special Pokemon for them too, and they want to make sure that they release it right into the world without any glitches or problems when it comes down to it. So it cares the question of what they're gonna think of doing them. But again, we have so many things that we can predict, and at the end of the day, I feel like we're never gonna be right when it comes down to this type of release. They could put it in Elite Raids, they could put it back in GBL, they could let us fuse them. We can also just wait until the Unova's Go Tour, which will be most likely be the following year. All these things that we can say Black Kyurem and White Kyurem will finally be in Pokemon Go for a reason. Will that hold us over until we do? I don't know. Will that be? I'm sure there's more events and more beautiful moments in Pokemon Go that we'll see in 2024 that maybe Black Kyurem or Kyurem might only be just a cherry on top in the end of the day. So, and Niantic, of course, having to make the decision based on a lot of different things and making sure that they know it's like, hey, we're not gonna be able to give you Black Kyurem or White Kyurem until the time is right in the end of the day. So, but yeah, that's really all my thoughts. I don't know if you have any more after that, Chris.
Not really. Other than like I think a lot of people were like overreacting, but at the same time, like we called it too. We're like, man, what are they gonna do to all the people that we're putting in like rare candies and like a ton of Stardust into their things?
Yeah,
because I don't even think the Stardust covered the level 50 power up.
It covered up the level 50, like the level 40 to level 50 is 250 Stardust to power up a level Pokemon, I think. So let's say I have, let me check to make sure, because I know I can just do like one of them easily. Let's say this Bolt, if I power it up to level 40, it'll cost me just regularly 172, and then just do some math here. So handy calculator, I guess, somewhere. So if I were to power up all the way to level 50, that'll be 432,000 experience, or I'm sorry, Stardust. Minus, how much did I say to level 40? Let me check here real quick, guys. Sorry about that. Just to make sure that we give you some accurate moments here. Yeah, actually I said 182. Yeah, so 250,000 Stardust is more than enough to power up a Pokemon from level 40 to level 50.
Really?
Yeah. I felt like that was always the case when it comes to that. Now, of course, if you have a lucky Pokemon, that is reduced and things like that. But Yeah, that is possible. So 250,000 Stardust is enough to power up. That compensation is correct. Plus, 5 more 5-star pieces. So whatever you catch after that is basically just like extra of what you would usually get anyways. So it's one of those things in the end of the day. Anyways, I'll continue talking a little bit because I know Chris' microphone will probably die somewhere around here.
I don't know. It's weird. Like at the beginning of the podcast, it was all iffy, but now it's at like the numbers I'm used to.
You want to talk about dump of news then?
Sure. The January dump of news. I love that we called it dump. So the Pokemon Go app posted on Twitter, start a new year of travels with battles, shadow raids, dazzling dreams, and more. They say get ready for another month with Pokemon Go. So the featured Pokemon are going to be Tornadus, Therian form, Landorus for everyone that still needs it, the Therian form, and Thundurus, the Therian form. And yeah, I think a lot of people would agree the Therian form is the better form.
Correct.
The 5-star raids going on. Buzzwole and Xurkitree and Pheromosa are all going to be from January 1st to January 10th, so a little bit more than a week. And Buzzwole is going to be locked to the Americas and Greenland. Xurkitree is going to be Asia, Pacific. And then Pheromosa is going to be Europe, the middle. Why does that look so blurry to me? There it is. Europe, the Middle East, and Africa and India. I thought that's what it said, but I was like, what if it isn't? And then after that, Tornadus is going to be January 10th until January 17th, a week. Thundurus will be January 17th until January 24th. And then Landorus will be January 24th until January 31st. And these are all going to be starting at 10 a.m. and ending at 10 a.m. To go to the next raid boss. Then after that, something to keep in mind is all of the 3 genies, Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus, are all going to have their special moves, which is very cool. Tornadus will have Break, Wind, Storm, 60 power in trainer battles, and it says it lowers the opponent's Pokemon attack, so I guess it's guaranteed. And in gyms and raids, it's going to do 140 power. Wild Belt Storm for Thundurus, 60 power and lowers the opponent's attack, and 140 power in the gyms and raids, so same thing. And then Sandsear Storm for Landorus, 60.
Yep, I'm starting to lose you. Hang on. Just give
lowers the opponent's Pokemon attack.
Yeah, I lost you there, like the last one anyways. But yeah, a Sandsear Storm would be the same as all the other ones. Training Battle, 60 power, and then, of course, Gym and Race, 140 power. So all 3 of the genies, and while I wait for Chris to internet to actually go off a little bit more, all 3 of the genies will have their special attack, which is kind of nice. They're all shiny available too. We can see that a few of them will actually benefit for it from the most, especially Landorus. I think Landorus have some good potential in the Master League because of it. As for the other 2, it really depends on how you really break it down. You could probably use them in things like the Ultra League or something and see what it will actually make. 60 power is not to scoff that too much about when it comes to trainer battles. But of course, in raids, it's like pretty amazing anyways. All right, Chris, before you actually die, go on. Nope, he died.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going down again. I'll give it another minute or 2, but we'll just gotta go over the Mega Raids here. Mega Ampharos, January 1st to January 10. Mega Medicham, January 10 to January 24. And then Mega Steelix coming back once again from January 24 to January 31st. 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. of course. We're also going to have the appearance of Shadow Moltres and Shadow Raids during the weekends in January. So Zapdos is gone again. Moltres coming back once again. We only have Moltres for like 1 month in the October time, right, Chris, if I remember correctly? Nope, I still haven't. I don't have him. Oh,
Yeah, the internet speed test be laughing at me.
yeah. I was gonna say the Moltres is this is the second time it returns, and the last time they returned was in October, right?
Maybe. That sounds about right. I know Moltres had the shortest time out of all of them.
Well, yeah, yeah. Also, you're back, so that's good.
Yeah. I'm looking at it literally went from like 0.1 megabytes per second to like 30 to 30 or 30, yeah. Which like a long time ago I had business internet at the house, but like hopefully we move over to that again. It's crazy.
Well, it is how it is. Then we have our events for the month of January. So this is where the dump really comes. January 1st to the 3rd, we have the New Year's event, 2024. Of course, we already talked about that. January 6th, we have Community Day. The very first Community Day of the year is happening very, very soon, actually. So get ready for Rowlet Community Day, which we know what it is. January 6th to January 10, Lustrous Odysseus? Is that how you say it? Odyssey. Yeah. Lustrous Odyssey.
It's a weird word.
Yeah. I guess it's a brand new event. We'll see what it really entitles to when it comes down to it. We have January 14, Raid Hour for Hisuian Typhlosion. I'm happy about that, actually. I like Typhlosion a lot.
Fired.
Yeah, it is fire too. So, January 13 to the January 16, Dazzling Dream. So we went from like Dowsing Dream to Dazzling Dream. Some fairy types coming to the game. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
Yeah. January 20, we have January Community Day Classic. Yeah, do we already know what the Classic? I think it was Porygon, wasn't it?
That sounds right, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it was actually leaked by Pokemon proper, but I think that is. January 19 to January 24, Raging Battles and Go Battle Week, the Timeless Travels. So that's actually the week that we have a full-on week worth of battles in the Go Battle League. So you can do like 100 sets per day or something like that. Not 100 sets, 100 battles per day from the 19th to the 24th. So that's going to be a lot of battles. So if you really want to catch up, that's your week to catch up, brother. I don't remember what exactly the leagues are, but we'll get there when we get there. January 27th to February 1st, Taken Treasures. So who's taking my treasure? Niantic, because they don't want
Pirates.
me to. Well, Niantic, actually, they took Black Kyurem and White Kyurem, so they're the ones that take it. January 27th and then January 28th, we have Shadow Raid Weekend for Ho-Ho, starting at 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. local time. Hoo-wee! That's gotta be a raid days. Ho-Ho being a really strong competitor in the Master League.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let's think of it this way. We have January 6th, Community Day. We have January 14th, Raid Day for Hisuian Typhlosion. We have January 20th, Community Day Classic. And then we got January 27th and the 28th, we have the Raid Shadow Weekend for Ho-Ho. So we have a stack month of raids, a stack month of events for the entire month of the weekends. So if you really need to do some, you got to plan it out here, y'all. If the very first month of the year, I'm basically going to be able, I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually do every single one of this. I'm definitely going to be there for the raid days and everything though. But my goodness, Community Day on one weekend, another weekend classic, another day, the raid day. I want to make sure that I get at least a Shadow Shiny Ho-Ho.
Yo.
I'm just like, I'm lost for words when it comes down to it.
Yeah, please read them. One Shadow Shiny Ho.
Yeah, just have your rocks ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Chicago for Hisuian Typhlosion.
Oh, nice.
But I think I'll have enough people up there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the city, you're pretty much done. You're pretty much good. Is this your first time in Chicago? No. You were there during Go Fest 2019 too. I keep forgetting because you were not in the same like you were doing your own thing for a while. So
just visiting Julie.
Yeah. So we have raid hours, of course. January 3rd will be all of the Ultra Beasts that we mentioned, Boswell, Secretary, and Faramosa in their respective time zones. Tornadoes, Thunderous, and Landeros, January 10, January 17, January 24. This is a kind of easy. This is kind of like the same pattern when it comes to raid hours. But hey, it is how it is. Even though the shiny is not available for Waswell, I don't know what we're gonna do. Spotlight hours, and these ones are actually a pretty good one. So we have cast form for the first one, January 2nd. Catch candy, or I'm sorry, catch experience. If you really want to get the experience, catch them all. I mean, it is just pink if you get the shiny. We have Eevee for January 9th, catch candy for catching Pokemon, so that's pretty nice. A little late, I know. Ralts, this is a good one because, Ralts has Megas. We got to get the Megas. January 16th for transfer candy. And just like Chris mentioned, just make sure you have all your Pokemons ready, tagged, and ready to transfer for that day so you can catch as many as you want to. Then we have Barboach, January 23rd for Evolution Experience. And then Fungus, which I'm sure is a lot of holdout for a lot of people, January 30th with Catch Stardust. That is actually a good one right there.
Yeah. It's boosted Stardust already for that Pokemon, so that's loaded.
That is a loaded Tuesday, so make sure you take advantage if you're looking for that Stardust. I know Chris is already waving his hand, although he's working the entire night.
I wish I could play it.
Man, just be like, I'm sick from 6 to 7.
I gotta take an hour long 15.
You'll be like, you'll be good without me. Yeah, peace out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the spotlight hours for that, and that's basically the event, or I'm sorry, the month of January. Very interesting one for sure. We're just starting out the year. I do believe, a lot of people are probably gonna be saying it's like, I don't know, I don't want to raid. Why is that not shiny? Things like that. It's like, y'all, give it some chance, give it a time. The good raids are gonna come back. We still have a stack month for sure. Literally more exciting for anything that I have ever seen in a while. If you ever think that January is like the low months of Pokemon Go, this is actually like, you got a lot going on, y'all. You got to start doing some stuff, some planning here. Any final thoughts, Chris?
For the upcoming month of January?
Yeah.
A lot to look forward to. But I guess what I'm looking forward to most is probably the Ho-Oh.
Yeah.
Probably the Ho-Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks like a lot of really fun events. I'm definitely going to be excited to be playing.
So yeah, that's a wonderful time. That's a wonderful time. We do have a little more miscellaneous news, and I think we're going to wrap it up after that. But of course, the PvP section. We can talk about sleep in a minute here too, if we needed to. I may actually do another podcast for just Pokemon sleep. Haha. We have a brand new discovery. I don't know if it's an intentional discovery or is it something that we had for a while. But there has been some studies about what we call critical catch. Now, if you guys don't know what a critical catch is, well, I'm here to tell you that. Critical catch means that it's a time where you have a chance that the Pokemon, when you try to catch the Pokemon, gives you a guaranteed catch. Usually, if you haven't seen it before, you throw the Pokeball, it lands on the Pokemon, and it shakes once, and then it does a little sparkle with a little star in there. That's what we call a critical catch. It's something that even the main series games had. Where the ball just shakes in a weird way and it actually just goes like, boop, all right, I caught it. I'm like, you don't even have to wait for the shakes. You just have to see the animation and you pretty much know that you caught the Pokemon regardless. And of course, we'll tell you that you caught the Pokemon. But anyways, we never really had any issues with it. We always thought it was just a random mechanic added into the game. And then it was just like, oh, yeah, I happened to catch this Pokemon or this legendary and a critical catch and things like that. And really, not a lot of people not really talk about it because we knew it was by chance. We don't have a way to really increase our odds until now. We do have a discovery that after testing and doing some testing, that there is a possibility in wild encounters only. This only happens on any Pokemons out there in the overworld map. It doesn't happen with raids. I don't believe it happens with research. I'm not entirely sure, but there's still a little bit more testing to do. However, though, if you go into the encounter screen and you are set to catch the Pokemon at the smallest circle possible for that Pokemon, So you guys know that there is a way for you to see the circle go bigger and smaller, bigger and smaller. I'm showing it right now on the screen. And then, of course, you are able to set that screen to be as small as possible. If you hit the Pokemon at its smallest circle possible, and an excellent, because it's most likely going to be an excellent throw regardless, it is possible for you to recreate a guaranteed critical catch. It's been tested out completely, and when this was announced less than 24 hours ago, a lot of people have been testing it out, and it actually been working for anybody who has been able to land a smallest circle excellent throw in the Pokemon. I tried it out literally the morning of. It was actually this morning when I tried it off, and I got 2 smallest circle catches when it comes down to it, and they were both critical catches. And I was actually kind of happy because it kind of felt like it is. Now, of course, you do have to have a little bit of a skill to be able to do this, because it is not an easy thing getting the smallest circle and having the smallest circle stay. Well, the Pokemon is either that. I think I got this one, and I believe it's a critical. Oh, no, it's not. It could have been smaller.
It's like, yeah, sometimes the circle is like, man, I felt like that was the smallest it could have been.
Yeah. So, is it possible to always recreate this? Yes. However, you have to know the smallest possible way for you to actually, get that circle. Like I just did an excellent with what I thought the smallest circle was for the Pokemon I just did. However, I didn't get a critical catch on each one. However, the smallest possible, like literally had to be before the animation of the circle becoming big. So it's kind of just timing it out completely. You definitely have to have some skill to be able to throw the Pokeball, because each Pokemon has different views and distances when it comes to catching and everything like that. So it may not be like the most guaranteed way, because it's not, you're not going to hit 100% of the time. You're going to hit the smallest possible circle unless you really, really try it. But it is a confirmed feature of critical catching, to say the least. Now, as a recording of this time, when we're talking about it, I haven't heard anybody actually said that the feature has been taken out. People are still saying that there is still possibility for more to go through. But it is kind of cool that we kind of figured out the way that it works for critical catches. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not the only way to get a critical catch in the game. There's still a possibility for you to actually get a critical catch randomly by just throwing the Pokeballs in each chains. I had times where I'm throwing the Pokemon literally, I even hit like the toenail of the Pokemon without even hitting the ball, the circle, and I still can get a critical catch that way too. So it's not the only guaranteed way to get critical catches. You still have a chance even if you don't do the circle trick or anything. But it's kind of nice find if you really want to, especially for anybody out there trying to get wild Pokemons like the Galarian birds, because the Galarian birds are actually wild Pokemons. And those are really, really, really hard to actually come down to it. So I don't know. Your thoughts on it, Chris? Anything that you may think? Any more advices?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people saying this is really optimistic for trying to catch the Galarian birds. Something I saw you do today. You threw a golden raspberry.
I am still trying, brother. I'm still trying for that kind of thing.
I think a lot of people should try using a Nanab berry to try and go for the really small excellent throw now. Which it really depends what you're thinking is more likely, hitting the smallest possible excellent throw, which I haven't even hit an excellent throw on a bird yet, just because I'm so nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you just want to hopefully catch it with just the odds that you have, like with a golden raspberry and a ultra ball,
right?
Because if you miss the smallest excellent throw, it has the same amount of chances leaving. So it's really up to everyone trying. But if you're going for that critical capture chance, then if you're going for that, then throw a Nanab berry, guys. But that's the only thing I would say off of it. I think it gives us a reason to actually use our nana berries, though. I'll be real.
It's also a reason to really try about really wanting to catch a few Pokemons here and there. Like I said, it's not beneficial when it comes down to just catching random Pokemons in the end of the day. But having that discovery makes it a little bit easier in a lot of situations, especially the Galarian Burst, of course. But that this situation itself presents to you that you need to make an excellent throw in some way, shape, or form, and it's possible to get a critical catch guarantee. So we'll definitely hear more about it in the future. I feel like the more we test it out, the more it feels right. But you just gotta practice a lot, especially on the many different Pokemons, because every Pokemon will have a different circle, different ways, different distances, and all that. So take it with a grain of salt, too. I don't believe it's kind of hard to really tell if you were able to get the smallest possible circle every single time. So don't get discouraged. It is something that will happen eventually, and if it happens, if you happen to do it, great. If you don't lose too much sleep over it, because in the end of the day, it's just another way of us saying you can and you want get critical catchers at that point. So, but yeah, anyways, that's all we gotta say when it comes down to it. There's more information out there for you guys. Just check our Twitter and places like Pokemon Go Hub and things like that. I wanted to go over a small little bit of Pokemon Sleep. Unfortunately, we are running a little bit down on time, so maybe we'll cover this next week. I'm not sure. I know it's been a lot of going back and forth, but we do have a lot of news to talk about anyway. So I only include Pokemon Sleep news if we don't have enough content, but every week is a lot of content, so you never know. But let's get into our PvP section. Get good, get wrecked before Chris dies. Here we go. Anyways. GBL season of Timeless Travels. We are in the Ultra League, Great League, and Master League until December 29th. So it's actually ending in the next day or so. I did one set in the Master League. My streak still says 10 out of 10 because it is 10 battles and 10 wins. I'm in rank 3. Undefeated, y'all. In the Master League too. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, it's just been one of those seasons where I'm like, I'll do them if I have the time. And if I don't, I'm just like, it is what it is when it comes down to it.
Yeah, I'm rank 12 right now, but I don't know. I keep wanting to be to work to get to rank 20 just for that extra legendary chance, especially like for Pokemon I needed the shinies of like Reshiram and Zekrom. I think that would have helped a lot, but like I just push myself to do GBL a lot.
Yeah, there has to be. I feel like we are losing a little bit of interest, at least in our end. I don't know if we are the right people to really talk about GBL or even, PvP in general. We have our thoughts because we have been playing PvP since technically the feature came out, and we'll be part of the PvP community in a lot of ways. But I don't know. I don't know if you guys. Maybe now that it's a new year, if we want to switch it up a little bit, we can still talk PvP throughout the news and sections and things like that. But I don't know. Our PvP section may be at its end. I don't know. We'll see. It's been part of our whole podcast for the last 4 years now. This podcast is almost 4 years old, y'all. So thank you so much for still listening. For a lot of different reasons. But I don't know. We may take a break in the PvP sections just for a bit, maybe to really cover a little more news, more stuff, and maybe put some other stuff out there that you guys might be interested. If you really want to listen to more PvP, there are wonderful people out there, other podcasts out there that I really recommend. BTW podcast is definitely one that you guys want to hear. I know we have the PvP Corner in the Goldcast podcast. Our friends Chris and Kyle and DeFi250 and Fish at a Heater are basically the PvP guys that you guys want to listen to. They definitely have some insights in a lot of different ways. One of them being a world contender, and another one being a caster in a lot of the PvP Play Pokemon events. So if you want to hear them, that would be nice. Roundtable Chatter does a really good job, I still believe, also. because they do have a lot of PvP going here and there. Their Discord is also amazing. So again, guys, there's a lot of places out there that you can listen to more PvP content. Maybe we'll switch it up and put something different content here, and maybe you guys be more interesting than just us saying PvP section GBL, So, but yeah, I believe that will be the case. Chris is already dying here, so I'll just leave it at that when it comes down to it. Oh my goodness, Chris, that's an amazing internet connection here, y'all.
Thank you.
But with that being said, I believe that's everything we have to cover. I would usually hand over to Chris if we think there's anything else, but right now I feel like there's not much that we can do. So we'll just move on here and say thank you so much for listening, everybody, to the podcast. Let me see if there's any changes that I can do here. Nope. Okay, cool. If you are listening to us in podcast services feeds, make sure you check us out at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all those places. If you can leave us a review, we greatly appreciate it, just because it does help us out a lot. Our social media, Purified Podcast. I know I don't post there a lot. It's just me basically trying to get the news out there. But, I mean, check us out anyways. Then we have the Purified Podcast. I'm sorry, the Pure Lighter Go Twitter handle or X handle, whatever the case may be, for myself. And then Chris at PKNMN, trigger please, with a Z at the end. You can also email us anything to the purifiedpodcast@gmail.com. You can join our Discord. We'll definitely show you up there. You can just do exclamation Discord on the Twitch channel if you want to. And then, of course, don't check us out here in the Twitch, twitch.tv/purelighter, just because I usually own everything here. And then check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. All right, Chris is back. I'll let him take us away for the night.
All right. Quick, everyone. It's been a great year of Pokemon Go, I think. I think my favorite edition was definitely the Adventure Incense. I'm definitely excited to see what next year has in store. Hoping to get out to Pokemon Go Fest with Pure Lighter and you guys. So yeah, look forward to it. Get out and play, and we'll catch you guys next week. Peace out, guys.
Thank you for a wonderful 2023. Thank you for listening once again, y'all. We'll see you guys next time. Keep purifying them. Onward to 2024. Have a good night, y'all.